Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Golden Falls, Golden What If, whatever you want to call me. And I want to give a quick little brief intro to this video. It is basically just what if Tanjiro had Amaterasu breathing the movie. Basically a compilation of the first two parts. So if you want to see it in its entirety, including part 1 and part 2, feel free to keep watching this video. It also supports me as well. And I know a lot of you like the movies, like you guys like y'all like the longer videos, so I decided, okay, might as well post this as a movie as well. As well as I wanted to give a couple quick announcements in terms of like what is to come. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but if y'all saw my community post already, I have the next What If Tanjiro in the works right now. So that is going to be a movie. So it's gonna take me some time, but I should have that out as soon as possible. And yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my community tab. You can see the thumbnail. And yeah, and then we have another after this My Hero What If that after my Demon Slayer What If for my next What If Tanjiro, I will be finishing my My Hero Academia one that I just started, which is what if Deku was the reincarnation of Tanjiro, and then we'll be starting another My Hero What If that I feel like a lot of y'all will enjoy heavily. I already collabed with a person. Not like collabed like recording wise, but collabed in terms of idea sharing. Like what could go on. So that being said, I'm gonna leave it at that, and I hope y'all are ready for the near future, because I'm telling you, it's gonna be full of bangers. But overall, thanks for all the support, and I'm gonna leave it at that. So if you wanna keep watching, just enjoy the movie, get some popcorn, get some whatever you want, and just chill, sit back, relax, listen up, and yeah. All right, I'll see y'all guys later. Peace. Tanjiro was a young boy. When he was growing up, he would watch his deathly sick father dance in the freezing snow. He always thought that he was so graceful, and the day before his father passed, he told him that one day when life gets you down and you feel like hope is all lost, you breathe deep and you breathe sharp and let the flames come and be rid of that darkness. The story all starts with that young boy, beloved by everyone because of his complete and utter kind heart. His family lives in the mountains, and they send him down to the village to sell coal for money on occasion. The landscape is covered in snow with an ice-cold breeze. Tanjiro begins telling his family that he wants to give them an amazing new year. So, Tanjiro leaves to the village in a rush to get his family the money they need by selling the coal they have. Making it to the village, everyone is happy to see him, but at the same time is asking for help on various things, as well as buying coal from him. Eventually it strikes night, and an old man tells him that stay with him for the night to avoid the man-eating demons. He does so and actually just sets off in the morning. As he climbs up to his house, he smells blood. He then reaches his household to see his whole family all dead, but realizes that Nezuko, his younger sister, was hanging on to life. Running with her, he actually falls down the mountain. Then Nezuko, been turned into a demon herself, begins to attack Tanjiro. And as Tanjiro is holding her off with his axe, she begins to cry. Showing up out of nowhere is Giyu Tomioka, grabbing Nezuko away from him and actually taking a swing at her in the process. He tells Tanjiro that he must kill the demon, but Tanjiro refuses and protects Nezuko. They begin to fight while Tomioka basically holds Nezuko hostage. It all starts by Tanjiro throwing a rock at Tomioka and charges at him with his axe. Tanjiro begins to remember what his father told him before he passed. When things go bad, breathe deep, breathe sharp, and let the flames come. Tanjiro breathes. Tanjiro's breath lights a blaze, a black blaze. But Tomioka still knocks him out with ease until an axe comes falling from the sky that he barely dodges, that is coated in a black flame that basically lights the tree on fire, but doesn't spread at all. The tree behind him then extinguishes in an instant. Tanjiro then wakes up, looking at Tomioka, with Nezuko knocked out on the ground. Look, kid. I want you to go to the mountains and find someone by the name of Urokodaki. He will be able to help you. Tomioka says this and then just vanishes. Tanjiro takes Nezuko to a nearby cave while he goes to get a basket to carry her in. He carries her for a bit until they reach the mountains as the moon arises. They arrive at a little house and Tanjiro smells this immense blood in the air. It's a demon. The temple demon turns. This is my food. You get your own. Wait, you're a demon, but you? The demon in a flash charges at Tanjiro, knocking him to the ground. Tanjiro grabs his axe, but is pinned down by the demon, until Nezuko kicks its head off. Tanjiro kicks the rest of the demon off of him, but the demon stands like nothing actually happened. Tanjiro charges at the demon with his axe, while it lights on fire once again with that black flame. When he strikes the demon's body, his head begins to burn as well as crumbling to a crisp. The demon not quite dead and gone, but in a state of seemingly eternal burning, even when the black flames seemingly go away. Urokodaki shows up, explaining who he is and questioning what Tanjiro just did, but Tanjiro can't really explain what these flames are. Urokodaki explains that Tomioka told him that he was coming, and that he is here to train him, and also train you in this seemingly new power. Tanjiro then goes with him to his house, and sees Nezuko, as Nezuko goes to sleep. Okay, Tanjiro, it is time to train. Follow me. Urokodaki brings him up a mountain, and tells him to make it down before sunrise. Tanjiro goes through various booby traps, but makes it to the bottom. This is repeated for an extensive amount of time, on top of him learning water breathing, but seemingly after 3 months, he is not able to actually use water breathing. One day during his training under a waterfall, Tanjiro tried to use water breathing once again, but his body lit up in black flames, even engulfing the waterfall that was covering him. Urokodaki sees this and tells Tanjiro that they will be focusing on making these flames his own, and this will be his very own style of breathing, unique to him. After a total of a year of training, Tanjiro has made 5 forms of breathing. He and Urokodaki decided to deem it Amaterasu breathing, based off the goddess of the sun. Urokodaki then told Tanjiro that for a final challenge, he will need to slice this boulder. Tanjiro looks at the boulder and looks back at Urokodaki and asks, "So I can't just destroy it?" Urokodaki looks at Tanjiro oddly as Tanjiro lights his sword on fire and slices the boulder, melting the entire boulder. Well, Tanjiro, that will do, I guess, but before you go to the final selection, I want you to take some time to master and use these forms of breathing. Tanjiro shakes his head and actually trains for the next 6 months or more to learn how to properly use his brand new breathing style. Finally, after the training, Tanjiro heads off to the final selection. But he actually says something. "Thank you, Urokodaki, and make sure to tell Sabito and Makomo I said thank you for the advice during my training." Urokodaki gasps and begins to think, even beyond the grave, they were amazing students. Tanjiro makes the journey to the final selection, and he is greeted by many other demon slayers, or future demon slayers. Then 2 little girls walk out, and one begins to explain what is going on.
Beyond this area, there are many demons who are very hungry. You must not only make it up this mountain, but also survive for 7 days in this demon-filled forest. Good luck, young demon slayers.
Tanjiro heads into the forest and immediately is attacked by a demon, but he dodges, lighting the demon on fire. Tell me, can I turn a demon back into a human? I will stop these flames if you tell me so. The demon looks at him with a want to kill, so Tanjiro assumed that the answer he sought for was not with that demon, or within any of these demons at all. Tanjiro slays that demon and many others to come after him. While Tanjiro begins walking from defeating another demon, he hears very loud footsteps. Tanjiro turns, seeing a massive demon. He also sees another demon slayer running from that demon. Come here, kid. Make this easy. Demon, leave him alone. Fight me instead. That mask! You're one of her Kodaki's brats. Basically free dinner for me. Even that kid with the scar on his face couldn't beat me. And the little one. She died with ease as well. Tanjiro's face went flush. What, kid? Nothing to say? Tears fall from Tanjiro's face, and as they hit the ground, they evaporate. Tanjiro's sword holds tight as its Amaterasu flames ignite. Amaterasu breathing, 5th form, black flame trails. Tanjiro dashes forward, leaving imprints of his shoes on the ground. Kid, it won't be that easy. The hand demon stands there, and Tanjiro in a flash dashes through him. Ah! It burns! It burns! Tanjiro slices the hand demon's head off, and the flames extinguish. You killed so many, but even so, I hope God shows mercy on your soul. The body of the demon disappears, and through the sheer flames, it completely burnt off Tanjiro's mask. Soon came the end of the 7 days, and Tanjiro survived with 4 other people. Tanjiro watched as the 2 little girls walked up. One guy grabbed one of their heads, demanding for the ore for his sword. Tanjiro lights his arm on fire as he pulls back, telling him not to pull something like that again. Tanjiro then cools the flame down, making it as if the flame was never there in the first place. The guy scoffs and backs up.
Now that you have passed the final selection, please pick your choice of ore for your sword.
Tanjiro, using his keen sense of smell, picks the one he wants and begins to head back down the mountain. When he reaches the bottom, he sees his little sister Nezuko, awake once again after so long. I was so worried, Nezuko, but I'm glad you're awake now. Kodaki, Nezuko, and Tanjiro all embrace in a hug. They head inside and begin talking about when Tanjiro will get his sword. The next day, they came, and the swordsmith came to provide Tanjiro with his brand new Nichi Ring sword. The swordsmith hoped for Tanjiro's sword to turn red, but it actually turned a very dark black color, but it seemed like it was pulsing. The swordsmith leaves, and Tanjiro gets ready to head out. Kodaki gives him a box for Nezuko and tells him to do his best to turn his little sister, back into a human once again. Tanjiro leaves with Nezuko in the box, and they head out. Head to the nearest town, young girls are going missing. Head to the nearest town, young girls are going missing. Tanjiro heads to the town, and when he arrives, he sees a man getting beat up. You idiot! You had one job. Keep my daughter safe, and you couldn't even do that. I'm sorry, I tried to protect her. Tanjiro then dashes in and gets the man to stop beating the other while laying on the ground. Tanjiro then begins talking to the man. What's your name? Kazumi. Tanjiro exchanges names with the guy and begins to ask, okay, I need you to tell me all that happened when your wife disappeared. Well, we were walking around in the town at night, and then out of nowhere I looked to my side and she was gone. Okay, thank you, sir. Tanjiro then begins to search all around the town, trying to catch a whiff of the demon. Nighttime then strikes, and he gets a faint whiff of a demon, and then it goes away, leaving just a small remnant of the demon smell. Tanjiro then smells the demon once again, as the demon comes out of a portal from underneath the ground. "What are you doing here, little demon slayer? Here to die?" "Actually, I'm here for you. I have a couple questions. As a gift to you before you die, why not?" "Can I turn a demon back into a human?" "Kid, why would any demon want to be a human? So useless." The demon charges in, but as he does this, two more come from behind Tanjiro. Nezuko about to jump out of her box to help, but Amaterasu breathing, third form, darkness fire lake. The area around the demon and Tanjiro, now a dark lake. Not even the reflection of the moon is showing up. The lake lights ablaze, burning the demon burning the demon up, and the lake fades as Tanjiro slices the demon's head off. The demon, while dying, looks at Tanjiro. "Muzan, who is he, Mr. Demon?" The demon looks in shock and fear, but Tanjiro can tell that it's not from himself at this point, but it's because of the name, Muzan. Tanjiro retrieves the young girl and the stolen items that the demon took and tells Kazumi to live life how your love would want you to live. Push forward and cherish the life you have been giving. Tanjiro leaves and the crow begins to tell him to head to the nearby city. Tanjiro arrives, letting Nezuko out of the box while he gets food. While this happens, he smells something odd, realizing that this smell is one that was there when his family was killed. He runs and runs and runs. "Muzan, I know that's you! Right there!" Amaterasu breathing, third form, darkness fire lake. "Oh, what is this? Everyone is gone, huh? Muzan, you killed my family. You turned my little sister into a demon. You will die for that, I promise you that. Kid, you annoy me. But just what are you gonna do? It may seem like I am trapped in this lake area, but I assume once your breathing slips, this will all go away. So kid, what is your move? Let down this thing that you made, or take a swing at me?" The lake then disappears, like nothing happened to the outside world. Muzan, I know what you're thinking. Send them, and they will get sent to the afterlife just like you the next time we meet. Tanjiro then vanishes from sight, using his Amaterasu flames to cover his trail. Tanjiro, now back with Nezuko, is approached by someone telling him to follow, and that someone wants to talk to him. Tanjiro realizes that this guy is a demon, and questions it, but decides to follow, coming to a house. They enter, meeting Lady Tamayao, and they begin talking about if a cure is actually possible to turn a demon back into a human. She explains that yes, it is possible, but not known of, but we would need blood from the more powerful demons, the 12 Kisuke. Tanjiro stops her as she says this. "Wait, get down!" Balls come flying through the house, even hitting Yoshiro in the face, taking his head clean off. Tanjiro grabs his sword. Amaterasu breathing, first form, blade of eternal burning. He begins evaporating the balls that are flying through the house, and he lights the front of the yard on fire to surround the area. Tanjiro walks out, seeing one demon standing there, and can smell another in the tree. He lights the one in the tree on fire, and he stumbles out. Tanjiro, without hesitation, knowing that these demons were sent by Muzan himself, runs straight in to fight the female demon. Amaterasu breathing, first form, blade of eternal burning. She dodges, but is struck by the edge of the sword, lighting her on fire, and while in pain, he cuts her head off and turns to the other demon. The other demon, still on fire, still on fire, he lowers the temperature of the flames, seeing the demon sigh in relief. But while the demon was distracted, Tanjiro got behind him, slicing his head off as well. Tanjiro kneels next to him. Muzan should have sent demons stronger than you two. But I do not wish anything bad upon you in the afterlife. I hope that you find relief in death. After defeating the demons and saying their final goodbyes to Lady Tamiya and Yoshiro, they head off on their next mission, running into a boy crying and begging for a girl to be his wife. Please, be my wife. I'm gonna die soon.
Let me go. Let me go. I'm not going to be your wife. Leave me alone.
Please. Please. Tanjiro sees this, and he grabs the boy and dragging him with him. Where are we going? On a mission. It's better if we stick together. But I don't want to die. You're not going to die if we stick together. Tanjiro asks him for his name, and he responds that his name is Zenitsu. And obviously, in return, Tanjiro tells him his name. They arrive at the mission at a nearby mansion, seeing two little kids shivering under a tree, seemingly scared for their lives. And they cry out to them, saying that their brother is in that house. Tanjiro and Zenitsu look at the mansion to hear screams from within. Tanjiro looks to the kids. I promise, we will get your brother back. So Tanjiro promises that he will basically get their brother back, and they enter the mansion. When they enter, they quickly get split up, and Tanjiro comes across a demon with drums on his body, talking to someone that seemed to be not even there. Yeah, I don't know where he is. I need to eat him though. Demon? Hello? Who are you even talking to? Tanjiro about to charge at the demon, but a person with a boar mask and two swords falls through the roof. That is my demon to slay! While saying this, he takes a slice at Tanjiro. Yo, what are you doing? Aren't you a demon slayer as well? During the commotion, the demon begins to shift the room, and the guy with the boar mask goes flying out of it. Tanjiro, as this happens, jumps off the walls, trying his best to close the distance. Amaterasu breathing, 5th form, black flame trails. The demon, shocked at the speed Tanjiro was running at him with, stood there, not... I'm sorry about that. Let me mute my phone. Tanjiro, as begins to jump off the walls, trying to close his distance. Amaterasu breathing, 5th form, black flame trails. The demon, shocked at the speed Tanjiro was running at him with, stood there, not moving. Tanjiro stops behind him, not even slicing his head off. I'm sorry. I must do this. I just wish demons could turn over a new leaf. Amaterasu breathing, 2nd form, Shadow Fire's mercy. Slicing the demon's head off and showing the demon the life he wanted within the black flames. Tanjiro rescues their brother and heads out, hearing the screams of Zenitsu to stop hitting him. Let me fight what's in the box! No, I won't let you! Tanjiro, I protected your box. I knew that it must have mattered a lot. You were protecting it with your life. After hearing this, Tanjiro is angered and lights this guy with a boar mask ablaze with his Amaterasu flames, getting away from Zenitsu, and he looks at Tanjiro. Whoa! How did you do that? Show me how to do that! I will do it better than you! Look, you can't do that. You can't, I don't know how to even teach you. But at least tell me your name. Oh, my name. You can call me Inosuke. Now light me on fire again. I want to become more durable. Tanjiro shakes his head, helping Zenitsu up, saying goodbye to the kids, and actually bringing Inosuke along with them on their next mission. Their crow tells them to go to the nearest house and get some rest, where they are greeted by an old lady who allows them to rest and eat food. After some rest and some comedic relief from Zenitsu, the next day they are told their next mission, to go to the forest near them that a demon slayers go in but never come out. When they arrive, Zenitsu begins to act scared once again. I don't want to go in there. I'm gonna die. Tanjiro and Inosuke try to convince him, but decide to go up the mountain alone. When they go up there, they meet another demon slayer that leads them to a bunch of demon slayers that are being controlled like puppets. Under the realization that they need to find the source, Tanjiro tells Inosuke to search for the demon. As the leader, I will do so, Tanjiro. Tanjiro lights all the strings on fire that are binding the demon slayers, allowing them to run off in the opposite direction. Inosuke finds the demon, and they head in the direction, finding a huge demon doll with no head. Tanjiro throwing Inosuke in the air, while Inosuke comes down, ready to slice the demon from the neck down. Tanjiro uses Amaterasu breathing, first form, blade of eternal burning. They both slice the demon from the neck down as well as slicing through his torso, defeating the demon. Inosuke then throws Tanjiro in the air as he dashes at the demon who is making everyone into puppets and can tell that she wants to die. She extends her arms and seemingly wants her life to be taken. Tanjiro minorly sheds a tear as well as she does too. Amaterasu breathing, second form, Shadow Fire's mercy. Tanjiro slices her head off, but as she passes to the next life, she sees a family that treated her with love and compassion. As her life slipped away, there was no panic, there was no dread, only happiness. Tanjiro and Inosuke continue on in the forest, trying to find any other demon slayers, until the father demon comes out of the shadows, smacking Tanjiro away. But as he flies away, he lights the demon on fire, hoping that would help Inosuke for a little bit. As he lands, he hears a demon talking in front of him. Be useful to me, and you can truly be part of my family. But if you are not useful, I will be rid of you. I'm sorry. I will go be useful, I promise. The female demon then runs away. That's your sister? And you talk to her like that? Why? Well, Demon Slayer, let me introduce myself. My name is Rui, and you are intruding on my family, my forest. So now it's time for you to die. Rui using his strings to attack Tanjiro. Tanjiro using Amaterasu breathing, third form, Darkness Fire Lake. He's able to fend off the wires initially until the illusion is broke, slicing through Tanjiro pretty bad. Nezuko jumps out of the box, trying to help her brother, but she gets strung up as well, and is in the tree, seemingly lifeless. Tanjiro decides that he doesn't care what it will do to his body, but he has to try something. Using something that he just recently created and thought of. Amaterasu breathing, sixth form, dark flame and armament, scorching protection. Armor begins to form around him in a form of samurai-looking armor, charging at Rui, while the strings break on impact with the armor. This isn't even my blood demon art, dumb demon slayer. Red strings begin to surround him, but right before they cut into his armor, he remembers back to his father and the powerful words he told him. His armor lights a red blaze on top of the Amaterasu flames, as well as his black flame sword turning into this black color that also glows a bright red, pushing through the blood demon art. But Rui continues to retreat. Nezuko, your brother, he needs you. Help him! An explosion happens in front of Tanjiro, and he slices through Rui's head, clean off, as his Amaterasu flames burn him to a crisp. His armor falls off his body, and it leaves minor burn marks all over it. Wow, that was impressive, Tanjiro. Oh, Tomioka, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm really tired right now. My body, it burns really bad. Shinobu then dives in at Nezuko, trying to kill her, but Tomioka slashes away Shinobu, and Tanjiro runs with Nezuko. While running, another demon slayer by the name of Kanao takes down Tanjiro and tries to kill Nezuko. Nezuko, run! Kanao kicks Tanjiro in the head, but before losing consciousness, he surrounds Nezuko in armor of cool feeling flames as she runs away. He wakes up in the presence of all the Hashira. They begin talking about how harboring a demon is punishable by death, and the Wind Hashira begins to stab Nezuko while in her box. Tanjiro burning his restraints. He lights the area around him ablaze. Put the box down right now. Or what, kid? Tanjiro lights the arm of the Hashira on fire, and he drops the box. The fire goes away, and they both stare at each other intensely, until everyone bows, even the Wind Hashira, making Tanjiro bow as well. The master has arrived, and tells the Hashira that Tomioka, Urokodaki, and Tanjiro have agreed to take their own lives if Nezuko ever eats a human. After the Wind Hashira's test for Nezuko, the recovery and training arc begins where Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke learn concentration breathing constant, and Tanjiro asks Shinobu if she knows anything about these other flames that occurred outside of his original black flames. She tells him to go and ask Rengoku who is currently on a mission, so the trio go off to the train that has had many demons appear. Once they arrive, Inosuke claims that the train is a beast and that he wants to fight, and Tanjiro questions that it might be a mythical creature of the land. Zenitsu kind of looks at them, the only rational one at this point, shakes his head, and tells them that it's just the train, and they end up going inside, but not before Inosuke headbutts it. They begin to search for Rengoku. They walk through a couple carts, finding him eating. Delicious! 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 Mr. Rengoku? I am Tanjiro. I wanted to ask you some things. Rengoku immediately tells them to not worry, that he will make them they'll make them his apprentice. But Tanjiro finally asks him about the origins of his Amaterasu flames, as well as these other flames that occurred while fighting a demon. Rengoku tells him that he doesn't actually know, that he may have flames of his own, but they could be just extensions of what he already has himself. As he says this, two demons arrive, but as quickly as they arrive, Rengoku handles them with ease. They all then sit back and beg Rengoku to allow them to train under him, and of course he accepts. A man then comes through their train cart, asking to see their tickets, so he can stamp them. Tanjiro, being suspicious of what this stamp meant, decides to burn his ticket after it gets stamped. His suspicion then comes to be correct when he sees Rengoku, Zenitsu, and Inosuke pass out. Tanjiro hears the door open and acts like he is sleeping. These kids walk in with a smell of foul intent. While they tie themselves to Rengoku and Zenitsu and Inosuke, Tanjiro lights the ropes ablaze and knocks them out. He tells Nezuko to protect them and try to wake them up. Tanjiro jumps out the window, going to the smell of the demon. It's so beautiful. The blood that Master has given me has truly given me life. Why? Why are you awake? How did you choose to stay in this world? I mean, pretty easy. I just realized how you were going to put me to sleep and I lit it on fire. But to be fair, I didn't know you were going to put me to sleep at that time. It just was kind of suspicious. The demon turns, trying to put Tanjiro asleep. But as the demon tries to do this, an armor mask made of Amaterasu flames covers his face. Not even if you do put me to sleep, I will wake up instantly from the pain of my mask. Amaterasu breathing, fifth form, black flame trails, dashing forward, slicing the demon's head off. You really thought that was my body? No. I am this whole terrain. Tanjiro goes back into their part of the train, seeing Zenitsu protecting another cart, as well as Rengoku awake. Tanjiro, you and Inosuke need to find the demon's neck. That will allow you to defeat it. Tanjiro dashes out of the cart with Inosuke, and after knocking out the conductor, they find the demon's neck. Inosuke, I have an idea, but it's going to hurt me really bad. Tanjiro, are you sure about this? Yes, I should be fine, but I might be out of commission after this one. They open up the train where the neck is. Tanjiro stabs into it, not actually breaking the bone of the neck or really into the neck at all, but just the outer piece. Amaterasu breathing, 6th form, dark flame and armament, scorching protection. While doing this, his body lights a red blaze as well, and he begins to scream. The whole front of the train is just completely lit in a black flame. Even Inosuke jumps back, and from a distance, the front of the train can be seen in this black blaze, completely disintegrating the demon. Tanjiro walks out of the inferno with half his clothing burnt off, collapsing to the ground. Using his Amaterasu flames, he's able to change the temperature, and he changes the heat of his flames to cool him off slightly, emitting this large amount of steam coming off his body. Inosuke picks him up, bringing him to where everyone is, and actually almost drops him from the sheer heat that his body is emitting. When they all group up once again, they begin to talk. And tell, not bad, but still not good enough. At least enough to beat me. Upper 3 demon Akaza stood in front of them. Stay back! I will handle the rest. Rengoku charges in, and their fight is a huge spectacle. But unfortunately, Rengoku eventually gets hurt pretty bad. Rengoku begins to say, when everything seems bleak, when you feel like you're going to die, set your heart ablaze and continue on. Rengoku stabs through Akaza, and as Akaza is about to kill Rengoku by impaling him, Rengoku is surrounded by black armor that disintegrates one of Akaza's hands. What the hell? Rengoku slicing up Akaza's body, but barely misses his head. Akaza looks into the sky, seeing that the sun is almost out, realizing that he must get away, so he does so, running as fast as possible through the forest. Before he leaves though, shooting a light blaze of black flames at him is Tanjiro, lighting him on fire as he runs away as a final parting gift. Rengoku, actually only mildly injured, especially not after getting it, luckily he didn't get impaled this time, goes over to Tanjiro. Kid, did you did that? Yup, but I am seriously out of energy. My whole body hurts when I put armor on other people. Like, it's even worse for me. He passes out while the group stares at him in amazement that his own breathing style has developed to this degree. All of them, smiling, begin to try to carry him off, but then immediately drop him because of how hot he is. But eventually they're able to actually pick him up and bring him away.
I don't wanna waste what's left.